Previously on the Choecast.
For me.
Is confessing your love like taking a massive shit? Like, what's happening here? I
It
can't.
sounded like it. It's like, I've been so constipated, I needed to get it out and then just leave it be.
I used to be kind of envious of that. And then I realized like, it's kind of like, oh, well, I don't fit in one size fits all. That means that there's something wrong with my body. It's like, no, it just didn't fit me. I'll find something else.
I think that's one of the things. Like when I was younger, I also just thought one size fits all. So I really like, especially now, you can just like Google like, how do you know if a guy likes me, or like how to show a guy that you like him or something. And like you think that these clues are universal, but they're not.
My God, no. Just because I am a woman, I see this from my perspective. I feel like a lot of times people accuse me of leading them on. Where like I'm just basically polite and nice to people when I meet them, and I held the door for you, bro. Like that doesn't mean I want you to propose to me. Like, what are you doing?
There's like, and that's the thing, right? Like for some people, you hold the door and they're like, you love me. And for
You
some
want
people,
this? So like, no.
there was this guy I liked, and I like tried to schedule one-on-one time. I would cook for him. Later on, he liked me. I was like, yeah, I did. I tried to be very obvious about it, but I did.
That
And
kind of
like,
goes into love languages, right? Like
yeah,
they say that everybody expresses love differently, and you might actually receive love differently than how you give it. So for you, like, how do you express that you care about someone?
definitely acts of service is how I express it. I don't know, in that scenario. Like I would bake things because he really liked sweets, or like invite him to certain dinners because like I didn't want him to have Thanksgiving dinner alone or something because his family is like not around. Really just acts of service and like going out of my way to grab things for him if I knew he needed it, kind of a thing. In terms of receiving, I think I'm trying to still really figure that out. Physical touch is definitely important to me, but I thought I would really receive it as acts of service. Like if I fill out those questionnaires, it's definitely like I receive it as acts of service. But I find that sometimes I actually don't realize the acts of service are being done. I take it for granted a bit. And I'm like, oh yeah, they're just like doing that. Maybe because it comes so second nature to me to do it for others that like when other people do it for me, I'm just like, oh, okay.
You're like, of course
Yeah.
you did that.
Yeah. Why wouldn't you do that? Right. Like, but I think I have to be more attuned to it and like be aware when people are doing it for me. But I think receiving would be physical touch and acts of service, but I have to just be more aware. Like when it's very obvious and large, like the act of service, of course I notice, right? But it's like the little things that I don't notice as much because I would have just done them so naturally for others.
Yeah.
So yeah, I think that's mine. I don't know what's yours.
I'm definitely acts of service. I do like I also really like to bake for people. I don't know what it is. I think it's the act of making something delicious and then not having to consume the calories myself. You get fat. I'm just gonna watch you get fat.
And have a smile on your face and everything.
Yeah, and then also I think for me is a big thing is quality time. I hate physical touch. I do not want people to touch my body. I don't want you to hug me. I don't want you to smell my hair. Don't hold my hand because I get sweaty hands. Like, oh my God, I'm just it's really bad. And my work wife and I, we talk about this all the time, how we both don't like physical touch at all. Like we just don't. And then we always end up meeting people that are very like, oh, let me give you a hug. And I'm like I'm about to kick you. I think quality time is the one that I really like to receive because you can say anything to someone. You can buy me stuff like, okay, thank you. But the fact that you took time out of your busy day to just sit here with me and do nothing, like I feel like that is the moment where I'm like, oh my God, like, thank you.
I think I value quality time, but my definition of quality time and like my boyfriend's definition of quality time is different. And it's created for some conversations. Because when he does come over, sometimes he'll like for him, really just like doing nothing and being able to do nothing with me is great. But sometimes to me, it's like if I haven't seen you in a while and we have like a limited amount of time together, I would prefer you not just like do nothing. I would rather do something with you. And to me, that's quality time. But to him, being able to do nothing while being with me is quality time. So I hesitate to say quality time only because it depends on like the definition of it. I do enjoy doing nothing with someone after we've done something.
Mm. So
Whereas,
you like the experience, to do some kind of experience, and then afterwards,
yes,
that's like an extra bonus. Okay.
yeah, I'm not like terribly good with just doing nothing from the get-go and calling it quality time, which is what he loves to do.
But then if both of you were always like, go, 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 let's do something, you'd be exhausted. So I think
Yeah.
if you think
So
about it positively, it could be a good balance.
yeah, that I like ask for like one activity, right, or something, and then he is like, okay, let's just chill now. It's been harder now that there's no ability to do anything. So I really like bouldering, and he also does too. That's how we met. We met at the gym, and we usually boulder together as our activity together. And then when we go home, we could do nothing. So when we go home, it's always do nothing. But now that we don't get to climb together, I'm like, okay, no, we have to do something. And he's like, no, but we're home. We do nothing. And I think it's like how you perceive the definitions again too, right? Like, or the routines, because to me the routine is we do something and then we do nothing, and to him it's if we go home we do nothing. And now that we're always home, it's always do nothing. So yeah, I think sometimes love languages, even like these smaller details, need to be ironed out and like talked about to help increase communication.
Oh yeah, if you don't say what is on your mind, that person can't read your mind. It's just like, thank God you can't read the other person's mind. That'd be, oh God.
He should never be able to read my mind.
Yeah. I feel like if people could read my mind in general, I would like, they would be like, this person should not be near sharp objects. They should not be allowed in public.
I'm glad some things haven't changed about you.
It's the rage and the violence has become very much more concentrated and socially acceptable, but it's still there, definitely.
Okay. There was a lot of rage even in high school.
Oh my God, yeah.
But high school I think is a time for rage. Some things are just stupid and hard to understand.
And then you're stuck with those stupid people for 5 days a week, and you can't get away from them. Whereas, when you're in college, you don't have class every day, or if you do, you have different classes. A lot of your stuff becomes more online, or, when you're in the workforce, you don't see people as much anymore. I feel like high school is when you're just inundated with stupidity, and then as you get older, it kind of relaxes a little bit, and you're like, oh, okay, I need my space, thank you.
Yes. I mean, you're definitely still surrounded by stupidity, but at least you can kind of escape from it if you choose to.
I guess as I've become older, I stopped engaging with the stupidity and I just watch it like it's a good TV show.
That is a skill, because sometimes I can, depends on the level of stupidity, and sometimes I end up engaging because I like can't stand how stupid they are and I like want to fix it.
I must correct you.
Yes, I must tell you that this is wrong. And then I realize that it's a waste of my energy because stupid people will always be stupid.
But they're the happiest people because they don't know that they're stupid.
I've also realized that, and I've wondered if it would have been better if I was just stupider.
I think about that too sometimes.
Ignorance really is bliss, right? Like,
yeah.
I don't know, stupid Corona. I was like, guys, they're going to close our labs. They're going to close, like, we're going to have to start working from home. Like, we should start closing things down on our own terms so that they don't just suddenly close up on us and we're like surprised. And like, we're like, nah, would never happen. No. It's just the flu. I'm a scientist. I work with a bunch of scientists. It's just the flu. It's just the flu.
All right, you won't be saying that when you have no sense of taste, but okay.
Yeah. Or like when your lungs are permanently damaged, whatever. And you're just on oxygen for the rest of your life.
Meanwhile, there are people still partying on the beaches in Florida and in LA. So, all right, you do you.
Just die, I guess.
Clean up the gene pool. Oh, wait, no. I've had this conversation before. That always leads down the road to eugenics. So let's not.
Or we are not pro eugenics.
No, but what happens, and I'm not God. So.
But yeah, there's a lot of stupid people, and it's really annoying.
Yeah, that's not something that goes away with high school. It gets worse.
They get like stupider, but then you don't have to interact as much. Like you don't have to engage in it. But it's like frustrating.
Because as they're older, you expect them to know better and they don't.
Yeah. Yeah, it's like they reverted or never moved on.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I tell my students this sometimes, like they're like, "Oh, I can't believe the adults are like this." I'm like, some people never outgrow high school. Like they still have that mentality.
Have you ever been to the Dutch House Tavern the night before Thanksgiving?
No, because I'm afraid of running into people from high school.
I didn't realize that that was a thing, that you go to the local pub the night before Thanksgiving and everyone from high school is there.
Ew.
One year, someone like told me, let's hang out the night before Thanksgiving. And since, like, most of us are there, this was in college,
Mm.
I was like, sure. It was terrible. It was terrible. It was terrible. This, oh my God, this one guy who I'm not going to say his name, but like he had business cards and he did wholesale for screws and nails. And he was like, hi, do you remember me? Would you like to buy like wholesale screws and nails? And I was like,
You trying to screw me over? What's going on here, bro?
yeah, and then there were the people who never outgrew high school.
Yeah.
And then there were the people that like suddenly remembered you and you were like, we did not talk.
Yeah, don't. We're not friends.
We're not gonna go there right now.
Mm-mm.
I would definitely not recommend going to the Dutch House Tavern the night before Thanksgiving, although I think we're way past our prime for that anyways at this point.
You'd be surprised. I know there are definitely some people that still frequent there. And they're like, "What are you doing with your life?" And I'm like, "I have a master's degree. What are you doing with your life?" And they're like, "Oh, you remember in high school when I got that award?" And I'm like, "No, no one remembers you. Be quiet."
Uh
It's like
yeah.
those people that still talk about their SAT scores at this age. It's like, what have you done with your life that you have nothing else to talk about?
I don't Oh, it's not even on the same scale anymore, right?
Yeah, they got rid of the essay portion. It's now optional.
Okay. Well, you see, we're so old that it's not even the same as like the same format anymore. Your
Hmm.
SAT score definitely is not relevant at
Your
this.
SAT score is completely irrelevant for most in-state schools. It's just to determine scholarships. It's not really a thing about like how they accept you or not. So,
People putting emphasis on things that don't matter.
mm.
That that was like just like oh, have you ever been to Modern Bagel too on like a Saturday morning?
Yeah, there are always people there. Like, why do people's parents recognize me? I don't know who you are.
And some of the parents love gossiping, so they're like, Lauren, have you heard that so and so got married? Have you heard that so and so has finally come out of the closet? Have you heard that so and so? Like, huh? No, I don't care.
I don't care. I haven't heard because I don't care. You see.
Like, I'm glad so and so has come out of the closet. If they wanted to, someone else wanted to get married, if they could get married, and if like whatever happens, happens. Someone else got out of rehab. Okay, good for them. Like, not my business. People just always have to say something,
I know.
and it's really annoying.
It's okay. They can keep talking, and I'm gonna keep ignoring them.
It's just annoying now because my mom kind of hangs out with some of the mothers who
Uh,
like talk, and I'm like, can you keep my life private, please?
oh my God.
I don't need you sharing my life with these people because these people don't matter to me.
My dad used to go around talking about my salary to his friends, like all this stuff. Just I blew up at him, and he stopped. He'd be like, "My daughter has a PhD." I'm like, "I have a master's degree." He's like, "She's gonna be a professor." I'm a high school teacher. Well, she earns $100,000 a year. I'm like, if I was earning $100,000 a year, do you think I'd still be living at home? Please.
It's okay. My dad doesn't know what I'm studying. A month before I started my program, my dad asked me if I was getting a master's and if I was studying business.
Mm, sounds about right. Sounds like a dad.
I'm not studying business. I mean, anything can be business. Anything can be science. You can twist anything into everything.
I'm studying business. Mind your own business. You watch in about half an hour, my mom's gonna come into my room and be like, "Did you hear that that your cousin's sister-in-law that lives in China is talking about?" I'll be like, "I don't care. So and so's son, like he broke his leg. All right, I wish him a speedy recovery."
This is how I am on the phone with my mom too. I'm like, oh, that's nice.
And then my mom starts talking about like this propaganda that she's heard about in like the Korean news about like how the world's gonna end. And I'm like, all right, mom. Okay.
Yes, the world is going to end.
It will
Oh,
eventually. That's a scientific fact. So, you know.
Maybe not today
Yeah.
or tomorrow. I don't think the world's going to end because of Corona.
No, definitely not. This is just a life lesson that people need to wash their hands. Because people don't wash their hands. You know they don't.
Or use soap. People wash their hands by like patting water on
They
their
put their hand under the water and then they take it out and they're like, I'm done.
washed. Yay! Yeah, so people are like, I've never washed my hands for 20 seconds before. I'm like, then you've never washed your hands.
No, they're like, my hands don't feel clean. Maybe it's my soap. No, it's you. It's not the soap. It's you.
Dabbing soap and then putting it under the water also doesn't count.
And you gotta get the fingernails. Like, you gotta
Yeah,
get the
like,
knuckles. If you still have Cheeto dust under your nails after you're done washing your hands, you didn't wash them right.
like 2 weeks ago, I was in lab and we were having our like group meeting, and our PI always buys us bagels, and everyone always sticks their grimy ass hands in this bagel bag.
Ew.
No, and they don't even wash it. And I asked people to use utensils because like Corona, and they were like, "Oh, you're so like sensitive." I was like, even on a normal basis, please don't stick your grimy ass hand in my bag of bagels, okay? Is it too much to ask for?
You just
But
gotta elbow everybody and get in there first.
oh, so I created a mountain of bagels on a plate, and I said you have to take it from the side.
Mm.
Mm-hmm. No, you're not allowed to put your hand in my
I
bagel.
would have just taken the whole bag of bagels and ran away with it. You don't know how to be civilized, you don't get bagels. It's the rules of the lab.
Being civil is very important.
It really is. Thank you so much for talking to me. It's been great catching up.
Yeah.
I feel like this episode's going to become like a two-parter because we have a lot of good stuff in here that I don't want to cut. So these kids are fortunate that they got a chance to hear all this great stuff.
Sweet.
Yes. So don't die.
I try not to. Or go insane.
Use your toilet paper sparingly so that you don't have to go and fight some middle-aged Karen to get some more at Costco.
Yeah, fuck the middle-aged kids.
All right, I'm gonna end things here. Everybody be safe, be healthy, be happy, and I will talk to you next time.
Bye.